What is good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to part 2 of JOJO Friday. We are back. I thought I was gonna be maybe feeling a little too tired or have to do some other stuff afterwards, but no, I guess not. Looks like we are back. We are back at it again. Mio clickbait, no Mio clickbait. We're talking about Monolith Soft today. We're talking about Monolith Soft today. We're talking about their next game. We're talking about what we're going to be able to see when it comes to Monolith Soft's new title. So no clickbait. We talking about a Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade footage has just been released. Actual playable footage. And man, does it look good. Imagine what Monolith Soft is going to do next when it comes to the Switch 2. So we're going to talk about that when we can see the upgrade, the patches, all that good stuff. So no clickbait. None of it. Dior. Let's go over shoutouts. Dior is here. General Zamora is here. Party Man is here. Daniel C is here. B Queen is here. Emil is here. Drew Arco. Flydius. OJ returns. And so coming back like Jordan, 96. Yo, late night stream for a change. Yes, Yoshi, we're back. Well, it's a late night for me, isn't it? Isn't it like morning for you or something like that? It's like afternoon or something like that for you. You're like a million years ahead. You're in the super future. What's up, Killer Ninja? OJ, saw your comment on Nintendo Prime's newest video. And yeah, one thing MP forgot to mention is those Switch 2 boycotters are a bunch of liars. That's what I'm saying. So I thought about I'm gonna make a video on this, but I thought about having like maybe a discussion on it tomorrow, and then I'll have my video about the PlayStation 5 price increase, Nintendo Switch 2 next gen pricing and stuff. I'll have that video with receipts maybe Monday or Tuesday. We'll see. But yeah, I watched that video that Prime did, the whole, why the Switch 2 boycott failed. I made a video about that more than a month ago. And I think Oh No Alex responded to that video. I didn't watch it though because he's a waste of my time. Basically, I made a video about the boycott, how it failed. I put the Pacers choking, I put that choke thing in there. Big Nintendo Switch 2 boycott failed and great news. Yeah, some people didn't like that. They didn't like that video much. They didn't like that video. So basically, I was making fun of the IGN article in there. But yeah, the biggest problem, with the boycott that Prime was talking about, the people that are leading the charge are liars. You can't have a leader in this type of way lead a charge against against a final boss as strong as Nintendo by lying. Lying is not going to get you to where you need to go. Lying is not going to help you. You can't lie. So the problem is this: when the force that you're trying to move has more HP and a stronger health and defense stat than the people that you're putting up against it, when the boss is level 99 and you're level 25 and you think that you're ready, you're clearly not ready. And a lot of these people are not high enough level. Just to be honest, to be real, you can see right through them. They lie, they make up stuff, they're disingenuous, and they're just trying to make money off of the situation. They're not being for real. And that's kind of what Prime didn't say that, but he alluded to that. They're just trying to make money. It's not passion. It's not honesty. They're just trying to make money. You've got people who support all digital ecosystems complaining about game key cards. Think about that for a second. People who support all digital ecosystems complaining about game key cards. You can tell that it's fake. It'd be like a Ku Klux Klan member complaining about racism. It'd be like that, bruh. Ku Klux Klan member complaining about racism. That makes no sense. You are contradicting yourself. You are being hypocritical, sir. You cannot sit here and make these claims about game key cards and about other things while supporting all digital yourself. So yeah, there's a lot of nonsense, you know. Yeah, I was looking at the stream and others like a thing like OJ. Hey, shout outs Dior. I'm getting so excited now with all the Kirby news been coming. Also, Yoshi, Metroid Prime 4. Yes, Metroid Prime 4 is coming as well. Metroid Prime 4 coming as well. I can't think of a successful boycott. I can't think of an actual successful gaming boycott. I can't think of one. Zoo with the $10 dono.
A new Monolith soft joint. Now that is something I am trying to. One thing to ask is this. Is the person being critical a fan of Nintendo and wanting them to be their best? If not, dismiss it.
To me, you've got to actually... Here's the thing. In my opinion, for a boycott or for something to be successful when it comes to... You've got to have people that actually supported the system. Prime did a video on this. If you supported the system, supported the Switch 1, and you have actual legitimate things, that's by actual supporting with your... Not only your words, but your actions... that's more valid than someone who never supports Nintendo, but then all of a sudden wants to get into the game of criticism. You never supported them before. You didn't support the Switch 1. You didn't buy games on Switch 1. You didn't support the system. When the Steam Deck was announced, you said that the Switch 1 is irrelevant. You said that it's stupid, that it's dumb, nobody cares. You were wrong about that and never made a video correcting your wrong. A grift is a grift, and a grift is easy to see from actual fans. From actual fans. If you've got the Japanese sales of the Nintendo Switch 2 selling 10 times more than the PlayStation, what do you mean it's not selling well? That's a grift. That's it with the $40 Jump Force. Jump Force 40.
Such sad people there at all times. When you try to make money, the desperation, they will do whatever they can.
Yep.
Great evening 4X JOJO's coming music request.
Yes, sir.
Spider-Man X-Men Arcade's Revenge Wolverine stage. Glad you are back.
Yeah, I'm back. I thought about not maybe streaming just because I felt I was a little tired, but I felt, you know what, I got a second wind. My boy, I got a second wind, and I was like, yo, let's do this. Big love to Vadset, big love to Zoo, big love to everybody here chilling and talking tonight. You know, like I said, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. We out here. But yeah, like I said, I might talk about it more in Prime, like about Prime's video. Maybe I'll make a response to it as well. So maybe I'll do a response to it as well. Shout outs to my man Zoo. Shout outs to Vadset as well. Let's get you guys this primed up and ready to go. JoJo Friday. But when I'm talking about, like, if Zoo, your opinion's valid because you actually had the Switch 1 and you're talking about things that you don't like.
Boycotts don't work. That is giving it attention, good or bad, which keeps in the public consciousness. What kills a game console is indifference. That is the true enemy, not hate. Watch out if you feel indifference.
Yeah, Zoo. Like I said, legitimate criticism, I have no problem with legitimate criticism. I have no problem whatsoever with legitimate criticism. Once again, there are a number of things that I don't like either. Once again, that's why I don't really have a problem like Zoo, like what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? I might disagree, but I don't have a problem. I don't call you a fraud. I don't say that about you because you supported the Nintendo Switch 1 and there are clear things that you feel that are not good or that you do not like. But I'm talking about people who never even supported the Switch 1. I'm talking about people who haven't supported Nintendo in decades or half decade plus, not all of a sudden jump into the forefront. And the lying. The problem is the lying. Like I said, you can't get people to follow your lead if you lie. If you lie, you cannot get people to follow your lead. The problem is that we have way too many liars. Nintendine, liar. A lot of these other people, liars. People like Some Ordinary Gamers, complained so much, got hundreds of thousands of views, thousands of dollars off of his anti-Switch 2 videos, bought it day one. Then also said, I'm not impressed. But you bought it day one and you knew exactly what the system was. But these type of people, like Prime outlined in his video, they're not going to do, like there is no boycott. But like I said, if you have a final boss, here's the thing. Here's the proposition with the Switch 2, guys. The proposition with the Switch 2 is that you can play all of your Nintendo Switch 1 games, but better. So even if you don't like some of the practices with the Nintendo Switch 2, the fact that it's essentially a Super Switch for you, it plays all of your Switch 1 games, but better. Look at Trails in the Sky. Let's say you're a Switch 1 owner and you're excited. You don't have a PS5 or you don't want to play games on PS5. You like portable play. Why would you not upgrade for a Switch 2 to be able to play Trails in the Sky at 60 FPS with no patch and on an actual physical cartridge. You don't need to buy an upgrade. You don't need to do nothing. So if you have a Switch 2, you can play Trails in the Sky at 60 FPS and faster loading with no upgrade and no patch. So if you're okay with those graphics and you're okay with what it is, all of your games, if the game has an unlocked frame rate, all of them get bumped to 60, and there's a bunch. If your game has frame rate dips, it probably plays locked at 30. So if you still love the Nintendo Switch 1, for a lot of Nintendo fans out there, that was an instant buy for them. It was almost like a PC. Oh, I'm gonna get a new PC because I have all my old games from my old PC. It just carries over. Same thing with Nintendo Switch 2. Oh, even if I don't care about game key cards or whatever, if I like Nintendo Switch 1 and I'm still buying and playing Nintendo Switch 1, why not play them on Nintendo Switch 2? I get a stronger system, I get faster loading, I get more games that are available, I get access to even upgrades. If I want to upgrade my Switch 1 games, I can upgrade them to Switch 2 and keep my cartridge. Yeah, why not? Like, if you like Hogwarts Legacy, although that's like a game key card on Switch 1, but there's some data. So to me, that's the reason why I didn't fail, because a lot of Switch 1 fans are just going to buy it for the Switch 2.
You have to be careful, because in any era, there are just people who just hate Nintendo because they do not typically cater to the industry direction.
Yeah.
They do their own thing and, mostly, try to expand the audience. Nobody expanding this gen lol.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it gets tougher and tougher. Shoutouts to Zoo, man, with the multiple JOJOs. 3 JOJOs tonight. Yo, I appreciate that. Let's go. Shoutouts. Thank you for the JOJOs. I'm playing Sky first remake demo on Switch 1. Looks kind of rough at times, but it's okay. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough on Switch 1, but if you had a Switch 2, you can play it at 60 FPS. Well, it targets 60 FPS. There's some dips, but it plays way better. That's why I'm saying it's worth it to get a Switch 2. Because even if you're not excited for Donkey Kong or you're not excited for Mario Kart World, you can play all of your Switch 1 games either locked at 30 FPS if there's a cap, or you can play them at a target 60 FPS if it's uncapped. So, for example, Atelier Yumiya, that has a performance mode that's unlocked the frame rate. You can play that at 60 FPS. It still looks not good, but you can play that at 60 FPS on Switch 2. There's a litany of games. Trials of Mana, you can play that at a target 60 FPS. There are so many games that now just run way better. Pretty much every game runs better. Now, there are some issues with portable play when it comes like to the resolution, like the fuzziness of it, because the resolution, you know, is sometimes in portable play, it's like the max is whatever it was on Switch 1, so you can't do anything about that. But for the most part, everything just plays better. Bayonetta 3, frame rate dips gone. You can now play Bayonetta 3 at a locked 60, docked and portable for the most part. You know, so these are the type of things why I think a lot of Switch 1 owners instantly just said, yeah, I'll buy it at some point, or I'll buy it. Because if you like Switch 1, you're going to like Switch 2 because you can play your whole backlog. It's the same thing as a PC. When people buy PC, oh yeah, I'm buying this new PC because I can play all my stuff beforehand. So I think that's the biggest reason why that the boycott failed, because the power of what Nintendo does with the back catalog of Switch 1 games and just to making everything play better, on top of all the big games that are going to come out for the system, that was too much. Most people did not care. They're like, I don't care. I want to play Mario Kart. I want to play Zelda. I want to play, you know, whatever. I want to play my games, plain and simple. You know, I want to play my games in better quality. So that's what happened right there. The people, once again, a lot of fans didn't even see all the videos of people grifting. So some people say, oh, well, there was so much negativity. A lot of people didn't even see that. So that's the reason why the boycott failed. You know, that's the reason why. Shout outs though, guys. I appreciate you. Appreciate y'all. 128 on the combo breaker. I did keep the last total from the previous stream, so we're already at the platinum streak. So we're gonna go ahead and get you guys a Buster Sword limit break. Let's go. Thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate that. Let's go. Yeah, you always get the best pick for me. Definitely exciting. GK Bonanza. Not sure y'all see the sequel to the Bargain Bin GameCube spinoff though. Hey, look, that's actually doing well though. It's #1 game on Amazon in Japan, and I think it's actually going to be somewhat popular on the Switch too. I actually think people are going to pick up Kirby Air Riders because it's a blast from the past. I mean, you talk about how modern gaming sucks, right? Flipping the Switch. Well, what about a game made straight out of 2003? You know what I'm saying? Like, you always talk about how modern gaming sucks. Okay, now we got a game that was built for the early, it's got all the content, all the features. It's got split screen. It's got online. It's got city trial. It's got everything that you would have wanted from a game back in the day, if GameCube era was great or whatever the case is. It's got all of that. So people are always complaining about modern games. This is an old school throwback to how it was. That's exciting for a lot of people. That's cool. You know, I don't mind that at all. I don't mind that at all. So people are always talking about how modern gaming sucks. Kirby Air Riders is not like anything. Not even like Mario Kart World. Mario Kart World is way more modern in terms of how it's built and everything compared to Kirby Air Riders. Kirby Air Riders is straight out of 2003. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's got, the graphics aren't anything incredible, but it runs super good. It's got split screen 4 players. It's got wireless play, which would be LAN play back in the day. It's got online play. It's got everything that you need. It's got new Air Riders. It's got machines. It's got the Sakurai content. It's kind of weird. There's a lot of stuff going on with it. So if you're tired of modern, I think there's a lot of people that are tired of modern gaming. That's a game for them to pick up. Okay, that's cool, you know? And the GameCube didn't sell a lot. So yeah, it was bargain bin. You know, the GameCube didn't sell a lot. But the Switch 2 is going to sell a lot more than the GameCube. So there's a chance for Kirby Air Riders to have a second wind. And once again, it is #1 on the Japanese Amazon. It shot up to #1 past DK Bonanza. So I actually think it's going to do pretty well. I think it's going to be a solid seller this time around. And I actually think in Japan, at least, it's going to help sell systems. So yeah, we'll see. The Moses water splitting track looks insane, though. It does look really good, though. It does look really good. Actually, there's market demand for Mario Kart. Yeah, there is. I think that there's demand for games like Kirby Air Riders, too. People want old school classics. The problem with Kirby Air Riders is that it was on the GameCube, and the GameCube didn't sell very well. That's the problem with Kirby Air Riders. They're bringing it back. I honestly think it's going to sell well. It's going to be a better rated game, but 2, it's actually going to do decently. I think people are actually excited for Kirby Air Riders based off of what I've seen and based off the initial sales, Amazon, at least in Japan. Shout outs to Aries EMS. Yo, Aries, welcome back, my boy. Aries78, it's good to see you here, but fam. Yo, big love. It's been a while. Long time no see, Aries. Good to see you back, man. Thank you so much. Let's get some points on the board for you, though. Let's get some points on the board for you. Let's get 143 with that 5 gifted membership. Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate it. What's up, OJ? Yeah, I've been lurking, man. Been crazy busy. Hey, it's all good, Aries. I appreciate you, fam. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for supporting the stream. I appreciate you, Aries. I'm glad that you're doing okay, though. It's good to stay busy. It's good to have stuff to do, you know? I've been staying busy as well, man. I've been streaming a lot, been working a lot. Hey, what's up, V? Welcome. I like Elden Ring runs with the same issues in handheld, Switch 2 fault, but Metal Gear Solid Remake runs with frame rate dips on PS5 Pro. It's the developer's fault. That is the Switch conundrum. That's actually always, it's more like the Nintendo conundrum. Anytime that, if it's Nintendo, it's Nintendo's fault, hardware. If it's Microsoft and Sony, it's the developer's fault. I love
seeing you cook frauds on Twitter.
Thank you, Tyler Foster. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I just troll people on Twitter, and they don't like it when I troll them. I've been trolling Metroid fans lately. So yeah. With games like Bongo Kong and Air Riders, little wonder GameCube sold poorly. These were not what Kirby and DK fans expected or wanted, but Nintendo did them anyway. Yeah, like I said, sometimes you don't know what's going to work, what's going to be good, or what people are going to like or not like. I mean, you never know, right? Like, you never know with it. And I don't know if that's the reason why GameCube didn't do well. I don't think the GameCube was going to do well regardless because of the dominance of the PlayStation 2 and because Nintendo was splitting their games between the GBA. I think that was the biggest problem more so than anything, because Kirby got games on the GBA and it was great. Kirby got all sorts of stuff. The problem was the splitting of the games. I think it became an issue in the N64 era and on. Like, you could no longer split games. You have to have all your games on one platform. So Nintendo was running on borrowed time. The last time that they even had something that was feasible with that was the DS and the Wii, which was very good. But people also complained about, you know, too many motion control games and too many weird games on the Wii as well. But yeah, I think the reason the GameCube didn't do well is because the dominance of the PlayStation 2 and Nintendo splitting the development resources. I mean, if you want to win in that era, especially with the PlayStation, you got to have your biggest hitters on the on your system as well. And the GBA did great because it had everything. You know, it had Pokemon, it had Fire Emblem, it had Zelda, it had all their IPs. But the GameCube did not, you know. But the Xbox didn't do well either. The only system that did well in that era, well, there was two systems that did well in that era: the GBA and the PS2. That's it. Those are the only two systems that did well. Nobody else really did that good. GameCube didn't do that good. Obviously, the Xbox didn't do that good. So the 6th generation was an interesting one for sure. 6th generation was interesting for sure. So yeah. If you make a game that people want, it'll do fine. New Super Mario Bros, Mario Kart, Wii Sports, Wii Fit, Donkey Kong Returns. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, like, Kirby Air Riders, that was just a game that was made in 3.5 months, man. It was made in it was a quick game. It's not like that was the replacement for Kirby to be on the GameCube. Like, they just didn't make a Kirby game on the GameCube. So they just didn't make one. But I mean, the N64 had Donkey Kong and Kirby, and it didn't do well either. So, you know. James Forte with the dono.
See you 2 for 2 today. Putting in that overtime.
Yes, sir. We out here tonight. Let's go. Thank you for the support. Appreciate that. Thank you for the support as well. Appreciate you, fam. Thank you for that. Combo break. Let's see, I shared out your stream on Twitter. Keep going. OJ streams and videos have been viral lately. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. We also hit platinum and a half. Let's go, guys. Appreciate that. Let's get that one in. Let's go. The Buster Sword. The Platinum Breaker. Big love to Aries. Big love to James Forte, Tyler Foster, Zoo, and Vadset. My boys, you guys are out here tonight, man. I appreciate you guys. Going for the double platinum, 200 on the combo breaker, overclocks. Man, I appreciate you guys. Thank you. We getting a direct next couple weeks? Probably. Switchforce says that the direct is coming sooner than you would think. So yeah, Switchforce says sooner than you would think for the next Nintendo Direct. So yeah, we'll see for sure. We will definitely see how it works or what's happening here with it and all that good stuff. So yeah. Absolutely. I think Switchforce, he was right about the last one, so we'll see if he's right about this one, you know. What's up, Christian? I'm sorry about the GameCube. I remember looking at all these bizarre games and just ignoring the rest existing expectations of those IPs, wondering what the hell they were doing. I don't know, man. I like the GameCube. I thought the GameCube was great. I thought the GameCube was really good. I do agree, though. I didn't know what the heck they were doing with DK and what they were doing with Kirby overall, but I thought it was really cool. I liked the GameCube a lot. The third-party support was good too. Stuff like Beautiful Joe, stuff like what was it? Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes, stuff like Skies of Arcadia. I mean, the third-party support was worth picking up the system by itself, in my opinion, because they had some of the best third-party games out there. When it comes down to it, not as much as PS2 or Xbox when it comes to everything, but there was some pretty good stuff. Resident Evil 4, that was an exclusive on the GameCube for a while. So stuff like Resident Evil 4, I mean, Resident Evil 0, man, the list goes on and on. Like, so for me, the GameCube was great. I love the GameCube. I thought it was really fun. It was fast too, and there was barely any input latency. It's had some of the fastest controls. Actually, I think still to this day, GameCube might be the fastest system. Fastest wireless controller, fastest system from button press. If you're playing on a CRT, from button press to actually what happens on screen. If you're playing a game at 60 FPS, it's near instant. It's pretty much instant. Like if you're playing like Super Smash Bros. Melee, for example. So the games played great. It felt good to play. A lot of the games ran really good. GameCube was incredible, man. I really did like the GameCube. Yeah, Tales of Symphonia was fantastic as well. You got Beautiful Joe 1 and Beautiful Joe 2 on there. There was some weird experimentation of games. But man, a lot of the core traditional games from third parties and from Nintendo, you know, Super Smash Bros. Melee, once again, Mario Kart Double Dash, those games were incredible on the system. I really enjoyed them. Metroid Prime 1, Metroid Prime 2, those were also great as well. So I liked the system a lot. I really did. Yeah, the Thousand Year Door was fantastic. Oh my gosh, Thousand Year Door was so good. when it launched. That ran at 60 on the GameCube. It runs at 30 FPS on it runs at 30 FPS on Switch 1, which they should have uncapped the frame rate, because we could have got that god tier remake at 60 FPS without a patch, but Nintendo capped the frame rate. That's all. What? And they knew the Switch 2 was coming, and they still capped the frame rate. All we needed Nintendo to do was to uncap the frame rate, and we would have had a 60. We would have needed no patch, and it would have been 60 FPS 1000-year door remake. That's all we needed. That's all we needed. But they literally capped the frame rate. It runs at a perfect 30, but man, out of all the times, that sucks. Oh man, and it would have ran at a perfect. It would have been great. I still don't understand why the game is 30. Because they went too much with the graphics in the game. The game was, they pretty much remade the game, and they decided to go with the graphical look of the game, you know, and that's fine. You know, like it definitely, it's remade in like a lot of areas, but I don't know. I think that one should have just been a remaster. I don't know if they needed to completely remake that one. I think that one should have just been like, it looks great. It's a huge upgrade and I like it, but I think that one should have just been like, just like a nice, you know, clean 1080p with like a few changes here and there, but I don't think it should have been an overhaul of the graphics. I don't think there was any need for that. But it is what it is. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. It's an incredible game. It's an incredible game, but the timing of the button presses, if you played the original GameCube game, it's so off. Because the 60 FPS and the timing, it messes with you. But if you've never played the GameCube one, or if you just don't care, it's fine. You adjust to it in due time on the Switch. You adjust to it, but yeah. Yeah. Do you think the Switch Pro was a project at Nintendo? What are your thoughts on that and the rumors at the time? I mean, it could have been for sure, but you never know, right? You never know. I don't know if Nintendo will ever say anything about that, but it could have been. I believe would probably usher in new graphics was probably the change to go to widescreen instead of the original 4:3. I mean, you can definitely make it a remaster and make it also widescreen. So, for example, or you could not necessarily completely remake it, right? Like Metroid Prime Remastered, it's like a remaster make. Like there's some new textures and some new things, but it's largely a high-end remaster, and that was 4:3 originally, and then they got that in widescreen, you know. So you know, I don't think that needed to be done to get it to widescreen, because Metroid Prime played in 4:3, you know. So yeah, now you want to see it at 60? Yeah, it's really smooth at 60, but it looks nowhere near as good. Like the Switch 1 version looks considerably better. It is a massive, you know, a massive step up, you know. So yeah, that's the good news. Let's see it. I never played Beautiful Joe. Is it good? Yes, Beautiful Joe is incredible. It's a 2D side-scrolling beat-em-up. So think, you know, like Max Payne and Streets of Rage with like a superhero game. Think that. Think like Bayonetta, Max Payne, Streets of Rage, kind of like all mixed in together into like a weird amalgamation. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, at its core, it's a 2D superhero beat 'em up, you know, like with bullet time. So like you can slow down time, like you can dodge bullets, like you have like bullet time, but then like you beat the crap out of people. But it's also, there's platforming, you know, there's jumping and platforming, but yeah, you can speed up time, you can slow down, you can rewind. I mean, it's just dope. It's just a dope game. There's cool upgrading and powers and abilities, cool boss fights, really kind of campy, but good story as well. So yeah, it's a great game. And if you have the PS2 version, you can use Dante from Devil May Cry. But only on the PS2 version, not on the GameCube version of Beautiful Joe 2. So yeah. It's a big difference in aspect ratio when you're changing 2D graphics and stuff made to look like paper instead of changing the aspect ratio of polygons like Metroid. I'm pretty sure that there's games that were 4:3 before but have been remastered or remade and put into widescreen. I don't think that's the reason why that they decided to remake it because of widescreen or not. I don't think so. But that's just my opinion. Switch Pro would not be a good idea because developers would have to put the extra work to make specific versions of games between OG Switch and Switch Pro. I mean, depending on how it worked though, it could just basically make the game run better off of it, right? Like just like the Switch 2 does. So it could have been just like that. But I mean, like Nintendo's done pro systems before. I just think that there was no need to do a pro system this time, you know? There was just no need, so they didn't do it. What does Mario RPG run at on Switch 1? It runs at a lock 60 now, guys. Any game that targets 60, if it already targets 60, it runs at a lock 60 on Switch 2 for the most part. There's not many games on, I can't think of a single game that targets 60 and doesn't run at, like, that targets 60 and actually hits it normally, maybe with some dips, that doesn't run lock now. So it's just basically any game that already targets it, it's gonna run better, okay? If a game has an uncapped frame rate, meaning that it goes above 30 and kind of swings, then it'll run at 60 on Switch 2, or at least it'll try to hit 60. It'll try to hit 60 on Switch 2. It'll be much better. If a game has a cap where the developers specifically cap it at 30, then it's not going to run better. It's going to be locked at 30 on Switch 2. So Mario RPG runs at 60. It just runs at 60, and all the areas that had like frame rate dips have been smoothed out on the Switch 2. It just runs down at a perfect 60. Like usually, like in the sewers, the water areas would make it. Any place like where there's water, it would make it like the frame skip a bit. But that's now all smoothed out on Switch 2. Let's see here. Spending $750 minimum upgrade. Pro systems have always been a scam. Given these games still have to use their VCR level models when they attempt the newer ones. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I've ever spent $750 on a pro system. If you mean the PS5, then yes, that was like that was actually above $750 because you need the disc drive unless you don't feel like playing your digital or your physical games. I have a ton of PS4 and a ton of PS5 physical games, so I had to get the disc drive too as well, you know? So yeah, that might be a scam. Like that might be the PS5 Pro might be like a low-key scam. Like you know what you're getting, but like the fact that it doesn't come with a physical disc drive is to me ridiculous. So that's my only thing. I think the system is powerful and it might be worth it for some. If you're like a core PlayStation game, like where everything you play is on PlayStation, I think it might be worth it. But if you're a multi-platform gamer, it's probably not worth it. It's probably not worth it. Let's see here. I want Mega Man Legends 3. Can we get Returnal on Switch 2? I mean, it's possible, but I don't know if we're gonna get any of those. But it's definitely possible for sure. You know. Excuse me. But yeah, man, absolutely. Good stuff though. Good stuff though, guys. Make sure you hit that like button. If you have not hit that like button, hit that like button. Let them know that we're streaming. It's gonna be a sad day when physical media goes away completely. I mean, we're probably about a generation or two away from that. I doubt that the next Xbox or the next PlayStation actually launches with any model with the physical disc drive. I think it'll be optional for both of them. Like, hey, if you want a disc drive, you can just buy it separate, you know? Obscure 33, Claire Obscure needs to come out on Switch 2. Take my money. That one's gonna take a little bit more time. I think they're gonna wait on that one, but it's probably coming at some point. They definitely should just did the same level of remaster for Thousand Year Door. Then yeah, I think so. But it like I said, it is what it is. I have a Samsung M7 with frame interpolation, so low frame rate games doesn't affect me much. That makes them look a little bit weird though. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like using stuff like that, but I can see why you would, you know. But it always whenever you use those things that kind of like force it to do that, then it always ends up kind of being weird with some games. But I feel you though. If that works for you, man, then yeah, don't let me tell you otherwise. So don't let me tell you otherwise. Let's see. I feel like Nintendo should have gave those dev kits out a little sooner before launch to get devs ready, but we get games pumping soon. Gave what dev kits? So how did we get Hogwarts Legacy? How did we get Cyberpunk? How did we get Fantasy Life? How did we get all those games that we got if the developers didn't have them before launch? How did that happen? And how do you know that the developers of Clair Obscur don't already have a dev kit? How do you know that? I'm not saying that you're wrong. I just want to know. I just want to know, because I hear that from people online, but there's no evidence of that. There's no evidence that, one, they don't have dev kits. There's no evidence that these other developers don't have dev kits. There's been a few indie devs, but there's no evidence that a lot of developers don't have dev kits. It's just people reporting on stuff. But pretty much every single major developer that I can think of has a dev kit, you know? So I'm not sure where people are getting that from, or at least I know where people are getting that from, but there's no actual, like, okay, yeah, we can point to this, this, and this, and maybe some smaller indie developers, but there's nothing that says that a bunch of developers didn't have dev kits beforehand. That was just the Insider Gaming article that wasn't even verified. True, still a fresh system. Loving the Switch 2 so far. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, people just say stuff, they just repeat stuff that they hear online, but there's no evidence that the Clair Obscur devs don't have a dev kit. Just because you don't get a game when you want it, or just because there's not everything, like every single third-party game at launch of a system, which no developer would do. Like, for example, PS5. Did PS5 get 10,000 games at launch? Of course it did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna space it out over time. They're not gonna launch everything, because a lot of games are gonna flop, because that's gonna be too much for the install base. So they're gonna space it out over time. Some developers they're gonna try to plan their game, especially since it's gonna be an older port. They might want to add stuff to the game. They might say, hey, we're busy right now, we're gonna port the game over later, or we're gonna do something different. Not every dev wants to spend time and resources porting everything in the first 3 seconds to the Switch 2. So I think people need to realize that just because they have a dev kit doesn't mean that everything's gonna be dump trucked on Switch 2 in the first month or two, you know? That's not gonna happen. A lot of games are gonna flop and fail that way. The install base isn't even big enough, you know, for all the games. Let's see. I do hope more indies get dev kits soon. I would love to see what they would do with the mouse controls. I think a lot of independent developers already have dev kits. Obviously, Hollow Knight devs, they have them. They've had them for a while now. Team Cherry, Yacht Club Games has had it. We've had a number of, like, the indie show. I think a lot of indie developers have dev kits, you know. I think they do. I think there's some that don't, but I think that there's a lot that actually do. How long have they had dev kits early doesn't really matter that much. It's much work these devs put work into optimizing their games in the system, and should apply to all platforms. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think a lot of people think that since they don't get everything that they want at the beginning of the system's launch, therefore the developers don't have dev kits and that something's wrong. It's like, even if they did, they're not gonna put every single game in the world and just launch it. There's a lineup, and Nintendo has to look at the games and launch them strategically. You're not gonna just launch a billion games at the launch of the Switch 2, even if you have one, because you're gonna put your game out to fail, you know. All of the most important developers that I can think of when it comes to indie developers have a dev kit. So yeah, like I said, obviously Yacht Club Games had a dev kit because Mina the Hollower is coming out. Obviously Team Cherry had a dev kit because Silk Song is coming out. And we've had obviously, you know, other indie developers like Level 5. I mean, they're a bigger independent developer, but Level 5, they obviously had a dev kit. The AA developers obviously did, you know, Falcom obviously did. A lot of the smaller developers have one, or they're gonna get one, or they're in the process of getting one. So, you know, dump trucking 10 million indie games on the Switch 2 eShop wouldn't have helped anybody, to be honest, you know. Let's see here. Hey, what's up, V? Street Fighter 6 on the Switch 2 does not mean Tekken can't make the jump. Tekken's already been leaked, so Tekken should be coming to the Switch 2. Should be coming. I don't know when, though, but it's coming. I don't know when it's coming, but it's coming. True, if indies have dev kits, it shouldn't be a problem with AAA devs to get one. All AAA devs have one, so they all do. They all have one. So, like I said, I don't know what's up with this dev kit stuff that people are spreading around, but they have one. EA has one, obviously. Hogwarts. Activision has one. Microsoft has one. Obviously. Indiana Jones. From Software clearly has one, or Bandai Namco, they clearly have. All the major ones do. Sega clearly has one. They've all either put out a game or announced a game. So like almost every single major third-party developer. Square Enix obviously has one. So I mean, I don't know what AAA third-party developers don't. They all do. So yeah, I don't know. I think you guys are watching too many or looking at too many random articles and too many videos of people saying that people don't have dev kits when it's just not true. So yeah, you seen how they reacted to low third-party sales in 2 weeks? That's true. That's true. But like, there's nobody has dev kits, but no low third-party sales of every single game, right? Obviously Capcom has one. You know, all the developers do. So all the major ones do. I can't think of a single major one that doesn't. When it comes to AAA publisher, obviously CD Project Red has one. So yeah. So, see, From Software has an exclusive game coming up. They do have the Dusk Bloods. Let's see how good that game is, though. Let's see how good that game is. I am interested to see how good that game is, and I am going to get. Oh, it's a remix. Never mind. I'm good. What's up, Chris Wallace Music says, hope you and the fam are good. My 3-year-old girl is obsessed with Pokemon currently. Legends ZA is going to be fire. Shout out to man. Let's go. Let's see. The Switch will eventually get Call of Duty. Yes, that's definitely getting Call. Yeah, Switch 2 is definitely getting Call of Duty because one, Microsoft has to make it. They have a 10-year contract, so 10-year kind of binding contract, so they have to make it. I don't know if Monster Hunter Wilds is coming to Switch 2. They might just make an actual. They might just be making like a Monster Hunter Rise 2 for the Switch 2, or like a custom built Monster for the Switch 2. They might not even make, you know, Wilds. I don't know what they're doing though. I'll be honest. I don't know what they're doing. In about 4 years or less, I can see development time significantly reduced due to the monstrous AI, which still embryonic. Yeah, I think developers are definitely going to start using AI way more now. I agree. I wish I had more time to play games too, guys. I do not have a ton of time to play games. I was able to get some Donkey Kong Bonanza in tonight, though, which was pretty cool. From a guy who hasn't played Pokemon since, I think he meant Leaf Green. How cooked am I jumping in ZA? It's a completely different game. You're not cooked at all. It's Leaf Green is a turn-based RPG. ZA is an action RPG. It's set in generation, what was that, 5? Or no, 6. Generation 6 with X and Y. So it's no big deal. And you're not cooked at all. Not cooked whatsoever. I mean, you're not going to recognize some Pokemon. Yeah, that's for sure. You're going to be like, oh, what's that? What's that? What's that? So you're going to be like, I don't know the moves. So you're going to have to learn. Whereas people that have already played Pokemon, like, throughout the generations, they're going to know the movesets. They're going to know what those Pokemon have. But we all have to adjust because it's an action RPG now that has different priorities and different battle mechanics. So we're going to have to all adjust, even if we've played Pokemon before. But yeah, like, if you haven't played, you know, since Leaf Green and you don't know the other Pokemon and stuff like that, then yeah, I mean, that's going to be the only adjustment. So yeah. Yeah, Monster of the Wilds might be an impossible port, but Wild Hearts just isn't for me. Yeah, I can see that. You know, some people don't like Wild Hearts, some people do. The ceiling would be the moveset and the Pokemon you haven't encountered since then. Yeah, so you're just going to have to learn on the job like everybody, like other people, you know? I'm going to be learning too, man. I'm going to be learning. I've played every Pokemon game and I forget Pokemon. Dude, I forget more Pokemon than anybody. Like, I forget everything. You know? I forget absolutely everything when it comes down to it. So yeah. Mega Evolution is a new gimmick. Well, I mean, it's not a new gimmick. It's an old gimmick. It's been around since Pokemon X and Y. They're just bringing it back because this one's based off of X and Y. So yeah. Oh, okay, not from, okay, but yeah, it's not a new, well, it's a new gimmick if you're coming from Leaf, yes. If you're coming from Leaf Green. Okay, I thought you were just talking about, like, oh, just in general. I'm like, oh, that's not new, that's reusing a gimmick. See, I've seen the new Pokemon, I'm like, what the hell is that? Where's Charizard? I mean, Charizard's in the game too, but yeah. when I watch the worlds, I didn't even know the strategies they'll use for the terraform since I've been out of the loop. And yeah, I've been out of the loop for the terraforms as well. But it's really cool when they do it, though. It's really cool when they do it. I like it. I did catch some of the worlds. It's some good stuff, man. It's some really, really, really good stuff. So yeah. Shout outs to Mina the Hollower. If you guys have not hit that like button, I'm going to keep on asking. Hit that like button. Let them know that we're streaming late night tonight. We definitely going to have, like I said, we already streamed for a few hours. So we're definitely going to compile a couple more hours tonight. So it should be fun. We're also going to talk about some other things as well. Some of the latest news when it comes down to it. We got some stuff on Metal Gear Solid Delta. We got some stuff going on the Nintendo Switch 2 sales in Japan. Got a little bit of an update on the eShop bestsellers as well. So eShop bestsellers, Kirby and the Forgotten Land upgrade pack has jumped its way up to #1. So people are getting ready for Kirby and the Forgotten Land Nintendo Switch 2 edition plus Starcross World. So that has finally dethroned the king of Donkey Kong Bonanza. So I'm looking forward to that as well, man. I'm looking forward to playing that. We also got a new game trial for Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin. So the new game is coming out next year for Switch 2, Monster Hunter Stories 3, and now Monster Hunter Stories 2 has a game trial. And if you play it on Switch 2, it plays at 60 FPS, a nice 60 FPS. It's so much smoother and better. So yeah, check it out because it was framey in the on Switch 1, but it plays at 60 now on Switch 2. So it's really good. That 60 really helped that game out. All right, we also have some new footage of Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. So we're gonna talk about that. Let's debate whether pineapple belongs on pizza. We've already done that debate a few times now. We've already done that debate. I don't want to do that debate. That debate is so old at this point, you know? That debate is so old. So old. I'm not trying to do that debate. We're going to watch some Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade gameplay footage. Let's get some FF7 music remixed. Remixed. No, let's see. All right. The music for the actual show, it's like you just hear a bunch of background noise. But yeah, this is what I was excited about when I talked about it in my video today about the next Monolith soft game. Look at how good this looks. Look how clean this looks on Switch 1 running portable mode. Not even docked. Running portable. Looks great. It is an enclosed area. So, you know, obviously they can push as much as they want here in this area because it's such a small location. But yeah, it's good to see that it's running well. And looking good, too. I think Nintendo's still trying to figure out where all this stuff is launching. I think that's the problem right now. There's like 8 or 9 really big games, or like between first and third party. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, you know, Kirby Air Riders, Metroid Prime 4, Pokemon Legends ZA, Hollow Knight Silksong, Daemon X Machina, Trails in the Sky. You know, you got all of those. Borderlands as well, plus Persona 3 Reload. You've got Octopath Traveler 0 in December. That's 10 pretty good games that are going to be, or at least notable games. So then where are you going to put Elden Ring? Where are you going to put, you know, the other games that are coming out? Like all these other games that are coming, you know? I think they're still trying to figure out the best slot for all of these games. So I think they have it figured out, though. That's why they haven't announced anything yet, because you can't put, like, you know, Elden Ring and FF7 right next to each other. You can't do that. So you've got to make sure that you space it and you get it correct. Otherwise, some games can flop for you, you know? So there's not much months left in the year, though, so I'm interested on what Nintendo's going to do with this one. You know? Let's see. Well, the lower resolution allows them to keep the... I don't think this is running in 30 FPS. I think this is definitely running at 30 FPS. Ares, from what I'm seeing here. There could be a docked mode that goes up to 40 or 60, though. We could get that, maybe performance mode. So, but this actually looks like it's running like at like 1080p, 30 FPS, even in portable mode. But once again, it's hard to tell. Yeah, it sounds like a good problem for Nintendo. Yeah, it's a good problem to have. It's definitely a good problem to have because they didn't have that problem with the Switch 1. I can tell you that, at least in the first year or the first number of months. I wouldn't be surprised if they hold off till next year. I don't think this game would get delayed to next year. I think, if anything, it would be Elden Ring that would probably get pushed to early next year. I think this game's coming out because you have the Xbox version. Nintendo wouldn't want to let the Xbox version get a jump up on it. So I highly doubt that Nintendo would say, no, don't put out our version of the game, you know, this year. Because then that means it lets the Xbox version get the jump. Somebody might buy it on there if they don't have a PS5 or don't have a PS4. So I don't think Nintendo's going to allow that. Here's the classic shot, the PS1 box art. Hope we don't get any Mario game. We need Star Fox to shine. That makes no sense, Winnings My Name. Those are two different development studios, different things. Star Fox doesn't all of a sudden do better now because Mario's not around. That doesn't make any sense. Having this on Switch 2 could finally tempt me to pull the trigger and actually play it. There you go. Just waiting for them to announce Part 3 already. Well, I mean, Rebirth just came out last year, so I think it might be a little bit more before they announce Part 3, but yeah. Yeah, it makes zero sense to say, let's not have Mario so Star Fox, so you can feel better about Star Fox. Like, that makes no sense. Not only is it selfish, it's just silly, you know? Mario and Star Fox did great on the N64. But there was Mario 64, that was great. There was Star Fox 64, that was great. What, like, that's... What do those have to do with each other? What does it matter, you know? Makes no sense whatsoever. They're two different genres, two different games. Yeah, Star Fox and Mario have nothing to do with each other. It's a different development team, different everything, so, yeah. See, a new Wario would be cool, yeah. New Wario would be great. I'd like new Wario. I'd like new Wario. I'd like new everything. Give me new games of all of them. So, I never played Star Fox, guys. Then what are you talking about? What are you yapping about then? Let's see here. Blame Ubisoft for not wanting to do more with the actual Star Fox game. Well, wait, that's not Ubisoft's fault. I think they did as much as they could, as much as Nintendo would allow them, you know? They would stagger the release so they wouldn't overlap. I mean, I don't know if they even... Like, you could launch a Mario game next to a Star Fox game. Like, they can launch... Let's just say the next big Mario was ready in May 2026. You could have a Star Fox game a couple months later. That wouldn't be a problem. But yeah, I mean, yeah, they wouldn't like make it like the same month probably, but yeah, Star Fox and Mario, they don't have anything to do with each other, you know. I mean, Miyamoto did work on both of them before in the past, but yeah. Let's see here. Do you think we'll get a new Luigi's Mansion on Switch 2? There's 1,000% chance. Yes, the last game sold 15 million units, so yes. And it made next level games. It made the owners millionaires, like multi-millionaires. So yes, they're doing Luigi's Mansion 4. Absolutely, not even close. They actually even already announced it. Believe it or not, Tanabe just said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna put this for the next Luigi's Mansion game." He just like casually said it. So yes, they're doing Luigi's Mansion. Like it's and I kid you not. They literally already said, "Oh yeah, for the next game." Like, Tanabe just casually mentioned the next game, but I think it was blatantly obvious that Luigi's Mansion was going to get another game, because, once again, you don't sell 15 million units and just say, oh yeah, we're good. Like, they're going to make another Luigi's Mansion. It's blockbuster status at this point, you know? The legs on Luigi's Mansion is insane, and there really hasn't been a ton of price drops. There's been a few Mario Day price drops, but Not really, you know? Yeah, there probably won't be another Mario Kart. No, there probably won't be another Mario Kart. Mario, Nintendo doesn't care about Mario. They forgot about Mario. Like, they forgot about Dre. Luigi's Mansion is very popular. A lot of casuals love the game. Yeah, because it's kind of like a chill, you know, play at your own pace type of game. Weird, you know, puzzle thingy, you know? So, yeah, a lot of people just like to pick it up and play, just enjoy it, you know? Enjoy it for what it is. And people like Luigi, man. Luigi gets his own game. And the fact that it's so different from Mario. The fact that it's not just like a platformer, you know? So yeah. Yeah, FF7 is looking great. This year is stacked. Me and my wife got to play Metroid Prime 4 at the Switch 2 experience in Dallas. And it was and that was amazing. Switch 2 has some bangers. Oh, wow, you got to play Metroid Prime 4? Let me know about it. What did you like about Metroid Prime 4 when you played it? What was the best part of that for you? For Metroid Prime 4. New Zelda game with Link as the main need a new Zelda game with Link as the main character. I wonder if they're gonna do that with Link as the main character. I wonder if that's gonna be a thing. Let's see. Why don't we get best of both solutions? Mario and Star Fox both come. That's what we were telling you. You're the one who said that you hope one doesn't come so Star Fox can shine. What are you talking about? That's literally what everybody else was saying here. Not to be negative, but Kirby Air Riders did nothing for me. Too similar to Mario Kart. It's really not. I know Sakurai said that, but it's really not similar to Mario Kart at all. That's the funny part about it. It's really not. I mean, one, Mario Kart has 24 people. Kirby does not. City Trial is completely different. I think Sakurai was just trolling us overall, but it actually is not like Mario Kart. That's the funny thing. It's really not. It's not like Mario Kart at all. City Trial is not like Mario Kart at all. There's nothing... I mean, outside of maybe if you want to say like battle mode, but battle mode doesn't do like City Trial is like an open world and like you like collect things and power up things. Like you go to like a stadium event. There's like stuff actively happening. It's not really like Mario Kart. So yeah, I think even once you play the game, if you play it yourself, if you try like a demo, if you try it at somebody else's house or somebody, you know, whatever lends it to you, try it, and then you'll realize that it's really not like Mario Kart World at all. You know. All right, hold up. I think the video. I think the game is done here. So yeah, I think we're good on that one. Says, well, it's another racing game. I'd much rather have a traditional Kirby game, and that's okay. Now that's a whole different thing. If you just rather have a traditional Kirby game, then that's fine on that. But it's not like Mario. It's, I mean, like I said, Sakurai said it, but it really isn't like Mario Kart. You know, it really isn't. All right, let's see here. We got to go over this right here. Got to go over this real quick. All right, here we go. We got to hold on to that. I wonder if this is actually running on the Switch 2. I don't think this trailer is actually the Switch 2 version of the game. I think it's like the PS5 or PS5 version of the game. Really wish Sakurai didn't make the Mario Kart comment. I wish he didn't too, but I think he was trolling, you know? People have an opinion. People in the chat called brain dead for not liking Kirby Air Riders. I never called anybody brain dead. Nobody said that at all. So who said that? Who said brain dead? I don't think I didn't read anybody was brain dead as well. Did anybody say that? If you said brain dead in the chat, somebody tell me who said that. So, I don't think anybody said that. Someone in the chat, who in the chat said that? Who?
Who are you?
I'm Batman.
Oh, Batman. Who said that by name so I can tell them not to say that?
So serious.
Dang, you calling people brain... Nobody's brain dead for thinking that it looks like one or the other. I'm not saying it's brain dead. I'm personally not saying that. Low brain people. Okay. Low brain, brain dead. Oh man. No one said brain dead though. Okay. Here's the thing though. Everyone's entitled to have an opinion, right? So I don't think you're a shill either. Just like I don't think you're a shill if, you know, if you don't like the game. But I don't think you're a shill if you think the game is great and it's good and it's not like Mario Kart. So I don't think it's like one or the other. If you think that the game is not like it, yo, you're a shill, you know, or this, or if you disagree with somebody's opinion, that doesn't mean you're a shill, you know. I think a lot of people throw that word around. I've been called shill a million times. I've been called a shill for telling people to wait and see for a Metroid Prime 4 release date. I kid you not. I got called a shill for simply telling people to wait and see because people overreact to everything. And usually when you overreact to stuff, you're usually wrong. Most of the time you're wrong, you know? So people throw that word around way too long. It's like fanboy. It's like you get called fanboy or shill for anything these days. You disagree with somebody, you're a shill. You say this about, you say, oh, well, I don't think there's a problem with this. You're a shill. You're a fanboy. You're this, you're that, you know? So I think a better way to actually do it is tell them why they're wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you feel that they're wrong about something, you could just say, hey, look, I don't think that's right. I think this is the reason why it's this, or I think this is the reason why it's that, you know? It doesn't got to be your name. That's just ad hominem. Like, that doesn't, you know, that doesn't work, you know? Let's see here. I just think that saying a game is the same style and the same thing is a bit ignorant to me. Like I said, Forza and Gran Turismo don't really get that criticism. Why does every kart racer get that? I mean, yeah, like once again, like I think that it really just comes from people that really just don't like racing games. If they see a racing game and it looks all the same to them, I don't like racing games really either. I don't like Forza. I don't like Gran Turismo. I don't see them as the same because I know the differences between. Although you do have like Forza Motorsport, right? That's more of the realistic racer, and Gran Turismo, that's more of like the realistic kind of racer, and Forza Horizon, that's more of the, you know, arcade racer. But I mean, like, I don't know, I don't see them as all they're just the same. I just don't like the racing game. You know what I'm saying? I don't say that, oh, well, yeah, Forza Motorsport is just like Gran Turismo. You know, I just say, hey, look, I don't really like them. You know, so I think it really just comes from people who just actually don't like racing games, and that's okay. You don't have to like kart races, you don't have to like racing games, but Disney's like Speedstorm, for example, is not the same as Mario Kart, and Mario Kart's not the same as Kirby Air Ride, and Kirby Air Ride's not the same as Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. They all have their, I mean, they're all in the same genre of racing game, but that'd be like saying every single platformer is the same, okay? Or every single Metroidvania, like, is Metroid 2D Metroid the same as Hollow Knight? Not really. I mean, there's some similarities, but they're different games. Like, they have different types of gameplay. Like, you can be totally into Metroid, but not be into Hollow Knight, and vice versa. So, I mean, are all genres of certain games the same? No, of course not. Are all action games the same? No. Are all platformers the same? No. Do they have general ideas that borrow from each other? Of course they are. They're in the same genre, you know? So yeah. Garfield Kart 2 and Racing Crossroads are like Mario Kart clones. I mean, yeah, well, Mario Kart kind of started the whole kart racing thing, right? So yeah. Exactly. I think at the end of the day, Ares is right. Hey, like what you like, nobody's judging, you know? Sonic Racing is Garfield Kart Killer. I just think that the comparisons of games aren't even the same, are dumb. I don't know, man. I think that if you have a racing game that has 24 players compared to a racing game that has like 6 players, or obviously you have like a 16-player like battle combat thingy, but I think that there was enough different in that Kirby Air Riders wreck to say like, okay, that's not really like Mario Kart. I think it was pretty clear at that point, you know. So. This is Little Nightmares. I think Little Nightmares 3. Who plays Little Nightmares here? Let's see. It's more funny that it only applies to Mario Kart when we have multiple types of same genre and we don't see the rhetoric go around like that. Yeah, it doesn't apply to platformers. Nobody will ever say, oh yeah, Crash Bandicoot and Mario Kart are the same, you know, or sorry, Crash Bandicoot and 3D Mario are the same, or like Sonic and Mario are the same, or like, you know, whatever. Spyro the Dragon and Crash are the same. Like, nobody's gonna do that. But yes, it does apply to a kart racer more than it applies to other genres, I guess, you know, because I guess, you know, you're racing. The main mechanic is racing, and racing is a very, you know, it's a very like, okay, you're going forward, all right, you know, so that's kind of different from, you know, different aesthetics where you're like jumping or running, although it's the same too. You're jumping or running, but the movement options might be a little bit different. But once again, the movement options in all kart races are different. Like the physics and the mechanics and kind of like what you do are different in most kart racing games. Most kart racing games don't feel the same, especially Kirby Air Riders. Kirby Air Riders doesn't feel like Mario Kart. At least the City Child doesn't. So, but yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. Like I said, it's up to you know what people think on there, you know. So let's see here. Is the writing well done? Is what writing well done? What writing are we talking about? We're gonna check out the what's it called? We're just gonna play this in the background. We can talk about games. So yeah. MP4, is the writing well done? I mean, Metroid writing's always pretty good. What's up, NX Revolution? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Welcome, 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 sir. Very excited for Careers is great. Happy to have new stuff coming out. Exactly. What's up, OJ? Just came to Nintendo Prime stream where we were telling corny jokes. Good times. That makes sense. Shooters, yes, shooters, all the same. Shooters, all the same. All the same when it comes to shooters. You know? If you guys have questions, this is like I said, I'm just playing this just to have some like background stuff. But if you guys have questions, comments, whatever the case, even if you have like a music suggestion, if you drop a dono, put a music suggestion, I will play it in the background. So yeah. Big love to everybody here. Hit that like button. We're still streaming. We're still going. We're gonna stream for a bit longer as well. So yeah, we're gonna keep going, man. Keep going. Doing all right. Just got done with some work, but about to be home now. Nice. Let's go. Let's go. Suppose you just came. Okay, I already read that. Shout outs. Neptara MR says, anyone excited for Silksong? Dude, there's so many people excited for Silksong. You don't hear many shooters are compared to Call of Duty. Some people are comparing Battlefield, but obviously Battlefield is different, you know? It is different. So yeah. In terms of the writing, I don't know, man. I mean, Metroid Prime writing has always been okay or pretty solid to me because there's a lot of scanning. So, a lot of scanning in Metroid Prime. So, there's a lot of writing. So, yeah, it's always been okay to me. Curious how mouse controls feel in Metroid Prime 4. A lot of people who played the demo said that they liked them, but ex-Nintendo employee Krista said that she actually hated them and makes her less excited. I don't know why she'd be less excited. You don't have to use the mouse controls. You can use the gyro control. You can use the what's it called? You can use the controller like you've always played Metroid. So, I mean, if you like Metroid Prime or if you like the previous control scheme, it's just an alternate. It'd be like getting upset about having extra motion controls and saying I'm less excited for motion controls. You don't have to use them. So, just the optional thing. Nothing to be less excited for. You don't have to use motion or mouse controls. Metroid's never had mouse controls before. It's the first time. So, nothing to be less excited for, in my opinion at least, because it's optional. It's just an optional control scheme, just like gyro aiming, just like motion controls, just like anything else that we've had, you know? Just use the standard controls if that's what you want to play it as, you know? Is Panic Button still around for Switch 2 era? Yeah, Panic Button's still around. Panic Button just did Forza Horizon on the PS5. So I'm pretty sure that they're going to do Forza Horizon on the Switch 2 as well. And I'm excited for Persona 4 Remake. I am, but it's like 2+ years off at this point. It's not till like 2027, so I'm excited for it, but it's going to be a little bit of a wait. I'm honestly more satisfied with the first year than Switch first year. I mean, if you're actually into third-party games, then this year is better. But even if you're into first-party games, you might like this year more than Switch 1's first year. But once again, Switch 1 had more of a year. It had 3 months more, so it had 9 months compared to 6 months, you know? So there's also that factor, too. Writing's really good. There was a lot more interaction with the characters. The mouse controls worked really well along with the normal controller. There you go. Let's see, but it's not the writing, just the game design thing. It could be better. Then just don't get it, Felipe. I mean, you're not into Metroid Prime, so just don't get it. Play something else, dude. You know? Just don't play it. Just don't play Metroid. If it's not for you, don't play it. People got some strange takes in the Switch 2 era. LOL, but the Switch 1 had it too. Yeah. Oh, people had all sorts of crazy takes, like, you know, in the Switch 1 era. So this is nothing new. This is nothing new for Nintendo. If it's Microsoft or Sony, they can offer motion controls. They can offer other things like mouse controls, and people won't bat an eye. But you know, it's obviously it's Nintendo, so of course it's going to be highlighted more for some reason or not. You know. Let's see here. I'm looking forward to Trails in the Sky. So many good games coming out for Switch 2. Idiots missing out with their boycott BS, but each their own. You know, like I said with Prime, I know he made a video about the whole boycott thing, but I don't know how viable that was. You know, I don't think it was super viable in the first place. Scanning could be better. Yeah, like I said, you know, whatever. If you don't like the scanning, you don't like however they do it, that's fine too. You don't have to scan either if you don't want to. Unless, well, no, there's some enemies to check, but you don't have to scan this stuff, or you don't have to play the game if you don't find the scanning fun, or if you don't think it's good or intuitive. You know, Metroid Prime 4 is a game that'll make me buy a Switch 2. It was a game that'll make you buy one. Well, you're gonna be buying one this year then, because it's coming out this year probably. Ask Velvet when you'll have the next PE Ultimate. Oh, Velvet. Oh, when I'll have the next PE Ultimate. We're gonna see if we can do something. Maybe this week was just busy with all sorts of stuff, and honestly, there was so much gaming news to go over it with all the different stuff, so we couldn't do it this week. But probably we can do something next week. Not Monday. We could probably do something next week if there's no gaming shows and stuff. So yeah. So yeah. Metroid 4, definitely the game. Okay, I already read that. My bad. Is this your second stream? Yeah, it's my second stream. I streamed one earlier. I have it unlisted though. I have it unlisted, so yeah. Not sure if we'll really need it or really look great, but we have a preferred way. They worked on Persona 6 for DLC for Metaphor, but if preferred they worked on Persona 6 or DLC for Metaphor. Interesting. I think that if they're already going to do DLC, obviously the plans would have been there for Metaphor. When it comes to prefer they worked, I mean, they're working on Persona 6, so they have separate teams definitely for that. There's 1000% a team that's working on Persona 6, so I don't think it was an either or with Persona 4 Remake or Persona 6, because Persona 6 has already been in active development. So they've both been in active development when it comes to the remake and when it comes to Persona 6, you know? So yeah. Yo, what's up, Dan Dips? Welcome to the stream, brother. How you doing today? Welcome. Make sure you hit that like button, guys. If you have not hit that like button, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Since they released Metroid Prime 1 already, do you think that Nintendo will release Prime 2 and 3? Yeah, Gaming Man, if you watch my videos, I've already talked about that multiple times. I've discussed how I think that they're going to shadow drop Metroid Prime 2 and 3, so that's already been something that we've discussed, you know, a number of times already. Absolutely. Let's see. NX Revolution says, nice, I got to start Unicorn still. Okay, you're talking to Denk Me, my bad. Yeah, Unicorn Overlord is a great game. I need to go back and beat some of the stuff in that game, man. There's just too much. I just find myself playing a million different games. You think Deca Police makes a stellar re-debut since it was near TGS? Yeah, I do. I do think that it's gonna make a stellar re-debut, because I mean they've been working on the game now for like 5 years. Like, it was supposed to come out 2023, so the game was already in development for probably like 2 to 3 years, probably 3 years plus for that game. So it's been in development for forever, probably since about 2020. It's been in development. So I think by the time that it comes out in 2026, we'll be ready to go, you know. Dr. Birdie, what's up, Dr. Birdie? Welcome. Yeah, I think Metroid Prime 2 and 3 Gaming Manor is going to be shadow dropped in September. I think it's going to be shadow dropped just like Metroid Prime Remastered was. Yeah, you did videos on that. Thanks for the reminder, but no problem. We talked about it on streams a lot too. Like I've said over and over. Like I've said they're gonna probably shadow drop Metroid Prime 2 and 3. So that's something that it's probably coming. It's probably coming. I think shadow drop for September, and then the game releases in the game releases in October or October, November, December. Obviously, one of those three. So. Where are the rumors, though? Where's Jeff Grubb? He's coming. Jeff Grubb is coming to the stream. He's coming. Shout outs to Gaming Mariner. Gaming Mariner is the homie. Yeah, but what's up, Dr. Birdie? Welcome to the stream, man. How you doing today? Shout outs. Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna check out this wheelie bike though too, for real, man. Shadow Star. Jeff Grubb is gonna come back with some great rumors, guys. Don't worry. He's gonna come back with some great rumors, and it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be really good. You know? It's gonna be super good. See, I didn't know how top tier Swerve Star was until a few years ago. Riders is looking better and better. Rumoring is dead. It's dead. It's gone. It's gone. How about a rumor of a Nintendo Direct coming? Is that a good rumor or a bad rumor? Let's see here. What's good? What's good grip case you guys use for Switch 2? I mean, I use like a... Forgot what I use. What do I use? I even forgot what I use. The Mamba. There we go. I use the Mamba, but I'm getting a what's it called in September probably. I'm getting a Satisfy grip coming up. So yeah, getting into Expedition 33 more this weekend. Just started releasing. Oh, nice, nice. So wait, how many hours are you in, Party Man? Like, did you just start or what's going on there? Party Man and Expedition 33. Here we go. Here we go, baby. Yes. I can't wait to see what you think about it. Just started. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. I can't wait for you to beat the game. I can't wait for you to beat the game. Like, that's gonna be super cool. Let's see here. So happy that you started it. OJ, between Octopath 2 and Dragon Quest Octopath 2, or do you mean Dragon Quest or Octopath 0? Which do you recommend playing first? Got too many games to choose from. I mean, dude, it's a toss-up. They're both really good games, but if you mean actually Octopath 2, not Octopath 0 coming out later, I mean, they're both really good, man. I don't know. It's hard to say. Maybe Dragon Quest 3, because that has a remake, or that has a Switch 2 patch, an upgrade to where you can play it at 60 FPS, so maybe I'll pick that one over it. I hear it got Xenoblade vibes, so I'm excited. Ah, yeah. yeah. No spoilers, but yeah, man, it's interesting for sure. Yeah, it's interesting. No spoilers though. It's interesting. Octopath 2, I mean, I haven't even opened my copy yet. Yeah, I'd probably go with Dragon Quest. I don't know, or Octopath. Either one, man. Flip a coin. Flip a coin between those two. What is one franchise from Nintendo you don't like? I can't think of one myself. A horrible F-Zero. I mean, there's franchises like I don't like. There are franchises that I like. Chibi Robo, I'm not in love with that franchise. I'm not in love with like some of their smaller, more quirkier franchises like Pushmo and things like that. I'm not really a huge fan. I wasn't really a big fan of Dylan's Rolling Western, even though that's an okay game. But like more of their smaller stuff, their bigger stuff I like more. But probably like the biggest IP that Nintendo makes that I kind of don't like is probably like Pikmin. If there was like what I like the least is probably Pikmin. Out of all the different like bigger franchise, like Nintendo's A, B, and C list franchises that come out somewhat regularly, Pikmin's probably the one that I like the least. Doesn't mean I dislike it. I just don't like it as much as their other franchises. You know, they get somewhat regular releases. You know. So yeah. Horrible at F-Zero, so I guess that would be kind of mine. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of F-Zero either. It's okay. I liked it a lot when I was younger, but not as much anymore. Yeah, actively disliking or hating something does take a lot of work. Yeah, and I don't really feel like doing that. So it's just like, yeah, I don't like it as much, but it's fine. It's whatever, you know. Oh, yeah, I liked ARMS a lot. Oh, yeah, I liked ARMS. ARMS was great. I like ARMS more than I like Pikmin. I like ARMS more than Pikmin. I like ARMS more than F-Zero. I like ARMS more than, like, a lot of Nintendo's, like, lower franchises. ARMS was fantastic. That game's great. You think we'll get a new Star Fox or F-Zero coming next year? I don't know about next year, no. Bringing back old school franchises, Kirby Air Ride, Metroid Prime, Rhythm Heaven, etc. Yeah, I don't know about next year, but it's definitely possible, Party Man, for sure. I don't know how they edited it with F-Zero. I think that's why they haven't made a new entry. I mean, that's what Nintendo stated, but I mean, really, all they really need to do is just make F-Zero GX, but like way better. You know, just not easier said than done, though. You know, much easier said than done. RGT would agree with you. The obligatory RGT mention for this stream. Shout out. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Only halfway through Expedition 33. Oh, okay, yeah. Expedition 33. Very good. Very good. Ojo, I've been replaying Hollow Knight in preparation for Silksong. Nice. Let's go. How you feeling about Hollow Knight? Better see people go out in droves and buy Metroid Prime 4 with all the Kirby hate they've been throwing out recently. You guys already know about how Metroid fans do things, okay? Metroid fans will scream at the top of their lungs about everything. So yeah. So that's what they'll do. So you got to just realize that, you know. Nintendo can't be forced to make for them to make a game. Force who to make a game? I don't get all the praise with F-Zero. Looks like a racing game to me. It's fast paced and it's difficult, and there's a lot of strategy within the racing. Metroid Prime is more of a meme. People pretend to care because they want to be part of the culture. I wouldn't go that far, but I think there's a lot of core gamers that are very vocal online about it, you know. I don't love Pikmin, but Miyamoto being inspired by his garden, making a game is so cool. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Actually, this was my favorite part of the Direct. Is that when Kirby played, or when Sakurai actually played, you know, this part here. I just want to watch it here. Like, yeah, this water level is super dope. Shot out of the cannon into the whirlpool. Around the whirlpool. I saw it was like in a blink of the eye before this stage kind of ended. Okay, yeah, that's how we got to first place. Okay. I didn't even see because it was going by so quick. Okay, then level over. Level over. What's up, Red Mage? Starting to feel better from COVID. Been alternating between Hollow Knight and Atelier Mercury. Surprisingly, Atelier Mercury? Oh, Miryu. Okay, runs at 1080p handheld on Switch 2. Nice. Nice. I like Sakurai plays the games live, especially when he used to unveil Smash characters. I doubt many directors could play their games. They play their games well. I mean, yeah, it's pretty cool that he plays it, you know, as well. I don't know if you guys, some of you guys maybe missed my video on this, but I think the game actually might run in 4K 60. Nintendo's upload is 4K 60, but they do that with all their games, even if it's not native, or if sometimes it's like obviously it's upscaled. But the press assets for the game that they put out, those are at 4K 60. Punish Sicilian with the $2 dono and says, what are your impressions of Kirby Air Ride so far? Looks fast, frantic, and fun. Those are like fast, frantic, fun. That's what it looks like to me. Looking forward to playing it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Autocorrect change Miru to Mercury. Okay, yeah, I figured because you spelled it right the next time. So yeah, looking forward to Kirby though. Kirby's gonna be fun. Kirby's gonna be fun. Metroid Prime 4 Kirby. I'm probably gonna make a top 25 upcoming games. You know, so yeah. Wonder how many people will pick the slower game speed. Could make sense for a lot of people. I think that only works offline, so I think some people offline. I don't think you can do that online, can you? Not gonna lie, see, this presentation really makes me miss the Smash stuff. I love that he gets to make his passion project, though. Smash will come in due time. Oh yeah, it'll come in due time. I doubt that it took him this long to do to even make this. I doubt it took him this long to even make this game. I think it was difficult because they were probably pressed for time. I think they were rushing to get this game done. This is probably 2 years, probably tops. I'm not even sure about that. Sakurai always pushes his games. I don't doubt it'll be 4K 60. Yeah, I think it's definitely. I mean, looking at the graphical, I think it's gonna be 4K 60. But we'll see. It would be cool if there was 120 FPS mode. This game would move so fast it would blow off your screen. It'd blow your screen to smithereens. But yes, I do miss the Smash stuff as well, man. I miss the Smash stuff. I want to see the Smash stuff come back. I'm excited. I am ready, you know, for Smash to make its comeback. I am ready. I am ready. Did you link the press assets in your vid? I didn't link the press assets in my vid. I think I linked Gamatsu, but if you just go on Gamatsu and just look up Kirby Air Riders, like the press assets are all there. So if you just go there, they're there. Like, I can put a link in the chat for you guys. The press assets are also on their website as well, too. City Strong? Oh, sorry, guys. So here are the press at, like, I just went to Gematsu. They have all of the linked screenshots there, so you can see them. They're definitely 4K. And like, we know the game runs at 60, but the press screenshots are 1000% 4K. Like 1000% 4K. So like, here's what it comes out with. Like, when you download it, that's what it comes to. It comes to, this is a 4K. This is a 4, you can see it right here, 3840 by 2160. It's a full 4K image, you know? Once again, they do that with all of their games, you know, like with everything they do, even though it's not native. Like Mario Kart World's not native running at 4K, you know? Same thing for like Donkey Kong Bonanza. But this definitely seems like this one is, you know? So yeah. Guy seems very passionate about the game, so it's safe to assume game's going to be very well optimized. Sakurai games are always very well optimized. I don't think I've played a Sakurai game that's not optimized. I don't think I've played a Sakurai game that's not, outside of Kid Icarus Uprising and maybe Meteos, every single console Smash Brothers game is 60 FPS. So Sakurai always makes the most optimized games. He always makes games that are 60 FPS. He's a very interesting dude. You know? Smash 3DS. Smash 3DS, the what's it called? The game runs at 60 FPS too. Online, that's the net, that's netcode. Netcode, that doesn't mean it's unoptimized, it just means that it's delay-based netcode. So doesn't mean that the game is unoptimized. Just means that it's delay-based netcode. So it's going to be based on how good or bad somebody's internet connection is. You know, the internet, it's not what's called. It's not going to pull its own weight for people that have trash internet. If you have good internet, then it's going to work well. If you have not good internet, which most people don't have good internet, it's not going to work well. Or if you're far, far, far away. So that's netcode. That's not unoptimization. Switch to his trash. Trash man, stop defending it. Look, listen, I'm not defending anything, but whatever you think I'm doing, I'll stop doing it when you learn how to type and put together a coherent sentence. Switch to is trash man's apostrophe S. So I mean, like, that's showing possession. Top defending it. I mean, my man, are you high? Are you smoking? Are you on drugs? You know, so it's like, I'll stop talking about it and I'll stop defending it when you can put together a coherent sentence. You know, so yeah. Watch the Xbox ROG Ally vid today. Honestly, after getting Switch 2 and having a port, I'm very happy my decision. Switch 2, perfect for giant hands. Switch 1, yeah. So yeah, and you know, another thing, it's like I also don't listen to crackheads too, so it's like I'm not gonna listen to crackheads, so I'm gonna play whatever games I want. So you play what you want, I'll play what I want. You know, I don't know who you are, I don't care who you are, and once again, I don't listen to crackheads. So I mean, like, you know, when I was growing up, there was a program called Dare, and it was for people to, you know, make sure that they don't do drugs. So I recommend that program for you. I don't think it's still, I mean, it might be still around, I'm not sure, but try Dare. It was a pretty cool program. Helps you not turn to drugs. But yeah. Yeah, man, I'll play what I want. You play what you want, you know. So it's all good. There's no need to come here to get all uppity about Switch 2 or anything. It's all good, man. Just enjoy your Friday, you know? Just chill and enjoy your Friday. Play what you want, I'll play what I want. Yeah? Yeah, cool. I know it's a soccer, duh. It's not anybody of value or of anybody important, dude. It's freaking 9:49 p.m. at my time, and somebody coming into the stream an hour plus later to talk about defending and all this. Like, can't even put together a coherent sentence. This person's drunk, high, or something right now. They are not of their right of mind. Clearly. You're spending your Friday night doing this? I mean, come on now. Clearly, this person is not okay in the head. Let's see here. Not gonna lie, these crazy online peeps on social media be making me embarrassed to identify as gamer sometimes. Listen. I've known this. I've been on the internet for a long time, so like I said, a lot of these people are on drugs. That's something that you have to realize. A lot of these people are actually on drugs. People think that everyone's all lickety split, all good and dude. A lot of these people are on drugs when they come online. Like, they're legitimately. I'll never forget the time that shout outs to, rest in peace to Etika, but Etika's ex Alice Pika, she made a video. You know, upset because when Etika just moved out, and just like took his stuff and just moved out, and I think he paid for a couple months of rent for her to stay there, like paid a couple months ahead, but just was just gone after, before she like, they didn't even talk about it. He just moved this stuff out, and she made a video crying and upset about it. So I made a comment on her page saying, hey man, he could have at least told you. Like I said, Etika could have at least told you the scenario, like, hey, look, I'm moving out, you know, I'll pay your couple months rent, but I'm moving out. But he just like left while she was at work, right? So I made a comment just saying that, and then somebody went into there and just started like belligerent, telling me, oh, you did blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, chill, man, relax off the drugs. And he's like, and you know what the person responded to me? He's like, yeah, man, you know what, I really do. He responded so much later, so after the crack high like fell off. And he's like, yeah, man, I actually do need to get off that. I was laughing. I'm like, dude, a lot of these people, when they go online, they're like literally on drugs, dude. They're like high, they're on drugs, and they're just coming there to just be angry about something, you know? So you also have to factor that in too, you know? But I mean, she deleted the video. There's no way for me to find the comment, but yeah. Let's see. Maybe they cooked in GTA 5 online. I never understood. Hating in the comment section. You don't like something, just don't comment, don't watch. I don't practice this all the time at work. Yeah. It's just, oh yeah, I'm on crack. Good looking out. Yeah, pretty much. He's like, dude, I need to get off of it, man. Because I think he realizes how much of a douchebag he was being towards me, you know? So. Hey, what's up, cool guy? You said you'll be back? No, it's all good, bro. It's all good. Shout outs, dude. Appreciate you. Getting the attention of women also help that with what, drug? Nah, it depends, man. Some people, they can't. It's their vice. There's a lot of factors that factor into it, but I mean, it could, but it might not. It might make things worse depending on who it is. You know, you never know, right? But yeah, I can see what you're saying though. Maybe if the girl's a good influence, you know. Let's see. More power to you for putting up with internet weirdos. Yeah. It's all good though. Hey man, have a nice night, Brandon. Thanks for coming out to the stream. We're just gonna ban you for good. Ban you for good. I think they got saw. You know what? To be honest, I did say that they're a crackhead, so I mean, like, I can understand why they'd be upset. I did call them a crackhead. Oh man, I did call them that, so I can understand why they upset and kind of fired back a little bit. But to be honest, man, I don't be going to nobody's stream starting stuff with them. Stop defending, like not even saying what up, not even saying yo, what's up, OJ, not even being nice about it. Like, that ain't gonna get you anybody to do what you want them to do. Like, if you came up to me in person, did that, I swear I'd jump kick you in your face. Stop defending. Like, if you just came up to me and started screaming about something, you gotta treat people the way that you want to be treated. You wouldn't want nobody to talk to you like that IRL, right? Right. So that somebody that you don't even know. I've never even seen that's a sock account. So you know, coming here and doing that, it's gonna get a certain response. I mean, we're just gonna end up banning you anyway, you know, so it ain't even like it's a big deal. But hey, like I said, man, this is my job. This is what I like to do. I'm doing it for fun. I don't ever go to people's streams that I hate. If I don't like somebody's stream, I ain't going. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I hate them, I ain't going to their stream. So it just gives them impressions. It just gives them more numbers. So yeah. Mods, clean up the chat. Hey, what's up, Katana Riku? Welcome to the stream, brother. How you doing today? Oh, I troll people on Twitter all the time. I don't even. I just like to troll people on Twitter. So yeah. If you ever met IRL, I want to shake it. I want to shake your hand. Yeah, exactly. Mr. P.O. sock account, says Matt New. What's up, Juice Man Bomb? Bro, what's up with these weirdos being either drunk or high? Even some big YouTubers and streamers getting high, especially getting drunk, obviously. A lot of them, some people, like I said, some people have substance abuse problems, man, you know? That's their own thing. You know, that's their own situation that they got to deal with, demons that they got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Not my problem. Not my problem. You know what I'm saying? Not my problem at all. Not my problem at all, fam. So yeah. Hey, what's up, AO Trill? Can you pick any game and start playing at a competitive... OJ, can you pick any game and start playing at a competitive level? What does that mean? Like, start being just really good at the game out of nowhere? No, you gotta practice. What you mean? You want to play at a competitive level, you gotta practice. You can't just pick up any game and be at the top, be it at a high competitive level from the very beginning. No, you gotta practice, fam. You gotta practice. My apologies, guys. I missed the FF7 remake news. FF7 coming to Switch 2. Is FF7 coming to Switch 2? Yeah, Dan, that's already been confirmed. They confirmed that. When did they confirmed that back in April? The FF7 remake is coming to Switch 2. Yeah, it's already been confirmed. It was confirmed. We just watched some gameplay footage from Gamescom in Germany, and it was running great handheld mode. So yeah, it's already been confirmed for a while. We just watched some gameplay footage of it, of it actually running on the Switch 2 in portable mode. Yep, but it's been confirmed now. It is confirmed 100%. Yeah, Square confirmed the whole... Yeah, you're right about that. Square did confirm pretty much the whole series by saying like the whole remake saga. So they talked about, yeah, they're going to bring it over. You know, they're going to bring over everything, you know. Practice. So, Smash Run is similar to City Trial. Yeah, I think that's where Sakurai got the concept for Smash Run, was from City Trial. How can Rebirth run okay-ish? Optimization. I still think it's funny the Switch 2 was shown on April 2nd. That had to have been a troll in the marketing department that set that up. No, I don't think it was. I think that was just the date that they wanted to do it. Loki City Trial was Battle Royale before Battle Royale was a thing. Maybe. Roger says, Aqua Teen Hunger Force game? Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Aqua Tween Hunger Force, but yeah, that'd be a fun, interesting game. What type of genre should it be? If there was an Aqua Teen Hunger Force game, what genre would you like? Detective game? Would it be a point and click adventure? What would it be? What was the point of City Trial? Just to mess around and have fun. Just mess around and have fun. There's not really any point to it. You just mess around and have fun. Collect stuff, get power-ups, fly around, and then go into like an event afterwards and see who wins. It's just a random amalgamation of different game ideas thrown all into one. Maybe it can emulate South Park games. I don't watch the show, but those are pretty... Oh, yeah, maybe like South Park, The Stick of Truth. Yeah, maybe like that. Thanks for the refresh. I pre-ordered FF Tactics on Amazon. Heard it's only physical and standard edition. Yeah, the Switch... There's no native Switch 2 version, but I think there's a... Is there an upgrade? I don't know if there's an upgrade either. Square Enix is so hit and miss. Some games have upgrades, some games don't. City Trial's the friends we made along the way. Or like me, no friends at all along the way, you know? Back in the day, I had no idea what City Trial was for, and now I find out it was for nothing. It's just a gameplay mode to have fun with your friends. It's like battle mode for, in a sense, like a way more expansive battle mode for like Mario Kart. It's just a mode that you can play to have fun, you know? It's going to be a free upgrade to Switch 2. Okay, that one has a free upgrade. So, you love Aqua Teen Hunger Force? Yeah, I was never really big into it. But, I mean, it's like a cool show. Like, I've seen it before. It's cool, but I was just never really into it myself. You know? So yeah. Let's see here. Try to unlock Black Kirby and playing City Trials. Yeah, there's gonna be like achievements and a bunch of stuff that's tied to all this stuff that Sakurai always does this. So it's just a fun mode to play. Just like a really fun little thing that you can play. Like, and then here we go. Now we have this thing. You go from the City Trial to this, and you have all your power-ups. Like, then you go to the main events. I think with online play now, though, it's going to feel a little bit more relevant, you know? Let's see, a game looks like it holds up pretty well with all those big Gordos. Yeah, Sakurai's not going to make a game that's going to have frame rate drops. I mean, the graphics aren't good enough here for it to be kind of crazy or anything like that with, you know, with frame rate drops. I don't see it happening. So yeah. Yeah, it's holding up well for sure. Mac Mega with the $5 dono. Let's go. Shout out to Mac Mega.
Just finished DK Bonanza this week, OJ, and without any spoilers, it has one of the most memorable endgame sequences of all time. My mind was so blown. I had trouble playing at times from the hype cold sweat smile.
Yeah.
Also, can you play Elephant Bonanza from DKBPLS?
Absolutely, I can play that for you. Thank you for the support. Appreciate you. Mr. Mac Mega, thank you for the $5 dono. We are probably going to wrap it up with this music suggestion. We're going for about 2 hours tonight. We already did, I think, 2 hours before, so about a good 4 hours. So that was not bad. So let's go and let's get this one going here. Elephant Bonanza theme. I'm very near the end of the game. Very near the end. I'm very close. Very close to the end of the game. So I'm looking forward to beating the game soon. It rivals Metroid Dread personally. Nice, nice. Hey, Kirby Air Ride was a certified blockbuster special back in the day for me. Never wanted to buy it. Yeah, I never really... I don't think I have it now, but I didn't have it back then, you know. I'm not going to talk about what layer I'm on and all that, guys, because it's just going to lead to spoilers. So I'm going to refrain from doing that, because last time I said that, somebody put a slight spoiler out there. So I'm not gonna just do that. Just when I beat it, guys, you'll know. I'm very close, so I'll let you guys know. I was able to play it a little bit today. So I'm getting close. Getting close to the end. But I'm doing like almost like 100% run. So I pretty much got all the bananas, all the corn, like all the fossils and all the stuff like in every level. I think I'm missing like a few and like 1 or 2 in like some of the layers, but I'm pretty much did 100% run, you know. Yeah, I know you won't spoil it, Sweet Tea, but somebody else will. Somebody else will say something. So yeah. Did anyone pick up Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater? Watch some vids. Reviewers were kind of mid to high. Love the OG. Well, I think it got like mid 80s. Like, I think it's called Metal Gear Solid Delta, right? Based on Metacritic, it's actually pretty good. Yeah, 86 out of 71 reviews got an 86. So, Digital Foundry though kind of slammed it for the performance. The performance is not necessarily great. So yeah. Just got DK last week. Haven't started it. Just finished up Ninja Gaiden. Do DK in time. Nice. Let's go, Natty Nay. Anyone pick? I know like Nintendo leaked all the Air Riders music announcement on the Nintendo Today app of all things. They did? I didn't even see it. I'm not looking. Meta Knight can use the copy ability because Sakurai just said screw it. He's gonna allow everyone to use the copy ability, so it's more fair, it's more balanced. But it has nothing to do with any type of like he's a member of Kirby's race. No, Meta Knight can't do copy abilities. He does not have that actual ability to do copy abilities. But everybody in the game can do copy abilities because Sakurai said screw it. I'm gonna let everybody do it. Even though they wear copy hats though. It's not like a native thing. Kirby doesn't have to wear a copy hat. But everybody else that does a copy ability in this game, it's a copy hat, and it was just because Sakurai said, I can do whatever I want. But no, there is no lore attached to Meta Knight. Meta Knight cannot do copy abilities. He cannot. There is no lore attached to that, House King. Sakurai explained it in the video. If you watch, he says, hey, look, we're just doing it just for balance, like just so everybody can, you know, have it. In the original game, it wasn't like that. But, yeah. He just said, yeah, he essentially just said, screw the lore. Everyone's gonna get it, but they're wearing little hats. Whenever they get the copy ability, they have little hats. I know there's no lore. I was just saying, yeah, but this is an incorrect statement though. This is honestly, it makes sense that Meta Knight can use copy abilities since he is a member of Kirby's race. Like that's lore. You're attaching lore to it. No, that doesn't make sense. That's not true. That's not what you're saying is not correct. He cannot use copy abilities because he's part of his race. Meta Knight cannot. And on top of that, it's not a native copy ability. It's a copy ability hat. So it's not like he's using it like Kirby's using it. So what you're saying is not correct. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, I get that maybe you know that it's not part of the lore, but what you said is incorrect. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, it doesn't make sense. No, he can't use copy abilities. Meta Knight's never been able to use a copy ability in the games. And he's wearing a copy ability hat. He's not doing it natively like Kirby. So no. We can't say that because that's not correct. You know, so it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. He can't use it. And in the game, he's wearing a hat, as in like everybody else that can use a copy ability, wearing a copy ability hat. So I just want to make sure. If Connor was here, he would be ripping you a new one. So I just want to nip that right now before you run into Connor or you run into Justin. And they'll definitely let you have it if you said that around them, you know? Justin in particular would let you have it. Justin would be like, wait a minute, hold up. And he'd start breaking down Kirby right back at you, like lore for the next, 30 minutes or something like that, you know? But yes, but it's all good though. Have we seen Connor since that direct? I think Connor's like in a state of shock and coma over how awesome it was, or maybe something like that. Limit break, let's go. I think he's in a state of shock overall. So I think that's maybe what was going on there. He just has not recovered from Kirby actually not being anti, new Kirby or modern Kirby, you know? He thought there was going to be like no new characters at all or no updated characters. So I think maybe that's what it was. So yeah. I think Connor's in total confusion and even thinks Sakurai is making up a huge mistake. Didn't Connor say Sakurai hates New Kirby? Yeah, he did. He did say that. He did, so. Crazy how 45 minutes just went right by watching Sakurai. Like, you can watch Sakurai over and over, and like the fact that the game is so gameplay heavy and you might not even know what's going on, but you're just enthralled by Sakurai and how he's breaking things down. He's literally the GOAT of singular game or singular character presentations. Nobody tops Sakurai at that, man. It's awesome. 45 minutes just went by. By the way, I didn't skip a single part of that direct. I didn't skip a single thing. I think I did go, like, I think I skipped past like maybe like the first music, but it was only like a couple minutes. Like, that was literally just straight up 40 plus minutes that just went right by. And we already watched it once, or most of us already saw it one time. Sakurai's the GOAT. There's no question about that. He is the GOAT. No question. Pirate Myth the Smash character reveal for old time's sakes. Yeah, we can watch that before we go. I'll start saying shout outs to the people that supported too, so we can do that. Smash ultimate character Pirate Mithra. Pirate Mithra. We can't watch the whole presentation that he did, but we can watch that first reveal trailer for sure. Watch that press 3 times LOL 2 with you guys. Yeah, you can watch it over and over. So yeah. Oh man, it was crazy. It was so good. Thank you guys for the support too, man. I appreciate everybody that dropped donos today. Big love to Mac Mega and Punish Sicilian, James Forte, Zoo, Bad Sent with the big 40, Jump Force 40 combo bricks. I remember watching this live too. It was crazy. We were like, what's going on? Xenoblade 2 DLC? Huh? What? More content? It was so crazy. This was at a Nintendo Direct, I think. I think it opened up a Direct. In like was it 2020 or 2021? Or was it 2019? I forgot when this was.
I couldn't find it anywhere.
I think 2021, yeah. It opened up a Direct in 2021. Early 2021.
Vanished off the face of all rest. Without
Xenoblade haters in shambles.
Where have you gone? I'll find you, whatever it takes.
Yeah, opened the Direct in 2021.
This is where you were. Pyra!
Sorry, Rex.
I feel
I
that.
couldn't tell you. Because I got an invitation to join Smash!
Shout outs to Bloodstain with the $5 Ninja Peach. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. Combo breakers. No message, but just $5 dono. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate that. Let's go. Thank you for the $5 dono to Bloodstain. Or Bloodstain. I don't know how to say your name. Shout outs, dude. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, fam. Big love. I know you've been watching all night, too. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Ah, yes.
What? I thought I was gonna be in Smash.
Just sit back and leave it to me, Rex. Behold the power of the Aegis!
Power of the Aegis.
Smash Flare!
You powered up your Smash attack with fire?
Flame Nova! Prominence Revolt! Blazing End!
That's genius! You're pretty much owning them, and these are seasoned fighters!
There are no pushovers!
I cannot wait for the next Smash Brothers game, man. It's gonna be so epic.
Talk about a tight spot. Mithra? Let me handle this.
Foresight. This was such an epic time when there's both of them.
Mithra!
Cutting it close, huh? Hey, were these guys planning on winning? Gee, I feel kind of bad now. Coming through! Lightning Buster! Photonic! Ray of Punishment! Chromatize! Foresight!
You can even use that.
Pit got Dark Pit got messed up.
Hey, right here.
You two
Then they
swap
so that you
between
can
each.
swap at any time.
Furious fire and blinding speed. Together, nothing can stand in our way.
Quite the spectacle, aren't they?
Wait, Gramps?
I've missed this, buddy. Mind if I watch a while? Oh, look, our friends are here. And there's some for.
Love it, love it.
You're all mine. I'll lend you a hand.
Sacred arrow
And burn!
burning.
Sword! Nailed it!
Sure did. Witness our power.
Oh, so good.
Never expected to see you two again. Well, now that you're in Smash, I won't go easy on you.
Ooh, fighting words. You forget. We're fighters too.
Oh, so good, so good. Oh my goodness, man! You just can't stop Sakura. You can't stop the hype of a Smash Brothers trailer, man. It just, there's nothing else in gaming like it. Like, there's nothing like that. You can't, like, Tekken, Street Fighter, they can reveal Sagat or Mai, or it does not top Super Smash Brothers character reveals, plain and simple, point blank. It's just, it just can't, bro. It just can't. It just can't. Oh man, I also remember all the anti would never play Smash. That's how Pyra Mythic got censored. Yeah, who cares? Yeah. Many Spunkass peeps at the time, like RGT misclicked, super upset that Pyra Mythra trailer because they don't like Xenoblade as much. Well, RGT hates Xenoblade too, but yeah, the trailer was awesome, man. So good. Party man with the $5 dono.
I called
Yes.
Pyra and Mithra getting into Ultimate and people told me no constantly lol.
People did, but remember, I also said that I felt Pyra and Mithra would get in. I also said that I had a video. I said Rex Pyra Mithra. Here's my video in 2020. Rex in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, why he's getting in, Fighters Pass Volume 2 prediction. So I thought Rex would get in with Pyra and Mithra, or like Rex and Pyra. So I felt that Xenoblade 2 with Pyra, Mithra, or Rex or whatever. But I thought it was going to be Rex and Pyra. That's what I thought it was good. Or yeah, Rex and Pyra. But it ultimately ended up being Pyra and Mithra with Rex coming in with the support with the final Smash. But yeah, I was right there with you, party man. I also agreed with you that we could get, and I made a whole video on it too. So I said, look, I said Rex was going to be playable, but obviously Xenoblade 2. So yeah, man, it was good stuff. So, all right, guys, we're going to wrap this one up. I want to say thank you to everybody that came out. Thank you for the $5 Bloodstar. I appreciate that. Thank you for the big 5. Party Man Cart World, thank you for the 5 as well. You guys dropped some support later. We got to 160. What was that? 162 on the combo board. Almost a double platinum today for JoJo Friday. Appreciate that. Let's go. We'll be back tomorrow as well, or later today for some of you guys. We'll be back later today with the Spawncast pre-show and, of course, other content. So I got to probably edit a video tomorrow morning. I'm going to go to sleep, wake up early, edit a video, get going on that, and then we'll talk about more stuff. So it should be fun. Should be a lot of fun. So thank you guys so much for coming out to tonight's stream. Yes, Etika did make that. Thank you guys so much for being awesome. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun hanging out tonight, guys. So thank you to everybody who supported. Thank you to everybody that dropped donos. Appreciate you guys. And yeah, we will see you for tomorrow's stream or later today's stream. Spawncast pre-show and, of course, edited videos throughout the day. All right, guys. Love y'all so much. We'll see you guys.